Hi everyone, so today I thought I'd do another video on my Epiphyllum anguliger that's come back into flower again. So you might have seen my previous video where I showed one flower come into full bloom, and in about the last week or so I noticed that quite a few buds have started appearing on this cactus. So this is probably the biggest one so far. I feel like they've shot out quite quick really. I feel like they've developed quicker than the last flower that I got. And we also have a little bud down here. This one's still quite small. And then we have one down here as well. I also feel like the orange is much deeper this time round from the outside petals. So what I was going to do is wait for these to actually open up fully and do a few photos and some little clips to show you how they turn out. I've just noticed as well that there also seems to be another bud forming right on the tip of this part of the cactus here. So here we have the first flower that's now opened up. I really like the colour combination of the petals on this flower, with the orange on the outside and the pure white on the inside. It also has a really nice scent. The flowers are pretty large as well. So it's now a couple of nights later and the next flower's opened. I find it quite amazing how if you leave the room for a little bit and then come back in, you can actually smell the scent from the opposite side of the room. And here's the previous flower. As you can see, it's wilted. They only last one night. And there's also another flower that you can see to the right of that that's developing, but that's quite a while off yet. So here we have the third flower that I just wanted to quickly show you before it closed up and died off. Now I almost completely missed this one. When I last looked at the plant yesterday, it was quite early on in the day though, so it didn't seem like it was anywhere near ready to open yet. But I've just walked in early this morning to turn my grow lights on and noticed that it's completely open, so I almost completely missed it. So I've just quickly turned the plant round so you can get a better look at the front of the flower. And it's actually still quite open. The days are getting a lot shorter now though, as it's the middle of October. So maybe it's because it's so early since the sun has risen that it's still open quite a bit. I've also been attempting to pollinate each of these flowers as they've opened. And as you can see, even though this flower was quite dead, this was the first one that opened. If you look right at the top, you can see that it's quite green where it attaches to the plant itself. So I'm hoping that's been successful and that it's going to turn into a fruit. So I'll give you updates of that as that progresses as well. So tonight we now have the last of the flower buds finally open. And I also just wanted to quickly show that as each of these flowers have opened, I've been trying to pollinate them myself. And I think that this one's definitely going to have a fruit. I think it's definitely been successful in being pollinated, because as you can see, the actual flower bit itself is quite dead. And right at the base there's a green section that started to get a lot greener and started to plump up. So hopefully I'll start to see like a nice big fruit start to develop on this, and then I can do a little bit of an update as it develops and show you how that turns out. So that'll be quite exciting, because this is the first time that I've been able to pollinate this plant, as I only brought it a year ago, and this is its second time actually giving me flowers. I didn't bother to pollinate it the first time round, but this time I thought I'd give it a go. So that'll be quite interesting to see. Here's another one of the flower buds that I've pollinated, and this one looks like it's been successful as well. So I also plan to have a go at pollinating this one as well before the night's over. So it'll be quite interesting to see if all 4 of them do bear fruit, and interesting to see how they develop. So while I'm at it, I figured that I'll probably just show you how I actually pollinate these flowers. It's really easy. Basically in here is where the pollen is, so I just rubbed my fingers around that. And you can see there that there's lots of pollen on there, and then I just dab it onto the end of the stigma itself. And that's literally all you need to do. So just to give a little update on the development of the fruit on my Epiphyllum anguliger. As you can see, this has got quite big already. I'm pretty sure it's got quite a long way to go still though. This is the first time seeing the fruit on this plant for me. But it's been probably, I haven't really kept count, but I'd say at least 3 or 4 weeks since the flower bloomed. Out of the 4 flowers that I had in total, all 4 of them were pollinated successfully and have started to develop fruit. Here's a look at one of the others. I find the shape quite interesting. So it'll be really interesting to see how it actually looks when it's fully developed and ripe. So a couple of more weeks have passed, and as you can see, there hasn't been much change in the development of the fruit on my Epiphyllum anguliger. So what I've decided to do is that, and I think this will be better, is if I finish this video here now and then do a separate video where I follow the progress of the development of these fruits. Because I've done a little bit of research, and it seems like that they can take at least 6 months to fully develop and ripen. So I thought, rather than make this a really long, drawn-out video and make you wait ages to actually see what's happening, I think it will be a much better decision to do that as a complete separate video, especially as this video itself started off with more of a blooming progress. I just think it will be too long if we go through the whole progress of the fruit as well, so I'm going to do that separate. So keep an eye out. In about 6 months' time, you might see a video showing these fruit all the way to being fully developed, and I might actually show you the seeds being harvested from them. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.